Join me as I dive into the world of cranes and try to figure out exactly what they are and how they work. Cranes are one of those pieces of machinery that you might not think about often, but they're incredibly important in a lot of industries. From construction to shipping, cranes play a vital role in getting the job done. In this video, we're going to explore what cranes are, how they work, and why they're so crucial. Imagine trying to build a skyscraper without a crane. It's just not practical. You'd have to rely on manual labor to lift heavy materials, which would be slow, expensive, and incredibly difficult. Even simple tasks like moving heavy equipment around a construction site would become major challenges. Without cranes, projects would take much longer to complete, and the risks to workers would be much higher. But it's not just construction that relies on cranes. Shipping and transportation also heavily depend on them. Have you ever seen a huge container ship unloading its cargo at a port? Cranes are what make that possible. They can lift massive containers off the ship and onto the dock, making the process much faster and more efficient. Without cranes, ports would be much less productive and the global supply chain would suffer. The lack of cranes would also lead to inefficiencies in the transportation of heavy materials. Imagine trying to move a massive piece of equipment, like a generator or a transformer, across a city. It would be nearly impossible without a crane. The equipment would have to be disassembled, moved, and then reassembled, which would be time-consuming and costly. There are many different types of cranes, each with its own unique mechanism and application. Tower cranes are commonly used in construction, especially for high-rise buildings. They're tall, slender cranes that can lift heavy loads to great heights. Mobile cranes, on the other hand, are mounted on trucks or crawlers, making them easy to move around. They're often used for smaller construction projects or for lifting heavy equipment. Crawler cranes are another type of crane that uses tracks instead of wheels. They're great for rough terrain and can lift incredibly heavy loads. Then there are overhead cranes, which are used in factories and warehouses to move heavy equipment and materials. They're usually mounted on a beam or girder and can move along the length of the building. One impressive crane project that comes to mind is the construction of the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. The cranes used on that project were massive, with some of them capable of lifting loads of over 20 tons. The engineering that went into designing and building those cranes was incredible, and it's a testament to the importance of cranes in modern construction.
In summary, cranes are an essential part of many industries, from construction to shipping. They make it possible to lift and move heavy materials and equipment, saving time, money, and lives. If you've ever seen a crane in action or have experience working with them, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Maybe you have a story about a particularly impressive crane project or a fascinating engineering achievement. Whatever it is, share it with me, and let's keep the conversation going. If you're interested in learning more about machines and technology, check out another video on my channel where we explore the world of robotics.